Now for the fun part. Let's move on to our first lesson. Let's see what we need. Tempera paints in different colors, either a pre-mixed skin tone color, or we'll mix our own paintbrushes, a 2H pencil or a 2B pencil, an eraser, oil pastels, polystyrene trays for our paint palettes, water in a water container, paper and an oval template. Introducing the learners to the visual arts topic. Display either a picture or a photo of a self-portrait. What do you think we are going to paint for today's art? That's right, we are going to paint a picture of ourselves. We call this a self-portrait. Now, I quickly want you to look at your friend either next to you or in front of you. Look closely and tell me, what do you see? Yes, that's right. When we look, we will see 2 eyes, a nose, and mouth, and 2 ears. Now, even though you all have the same features, you will not look exactly the same. That is because everyone is special and unique, and no one will look exactly like you do. Are you excited yet? Yes, so let's start. Place your paper in front of you. Now, let's take our oval. We have to pay careful attention in the placement of our oval. Our oval has got a more rounded shape. This is the top of our head. Now, when we place our oval, we cannot place it too close to the page edge on top or too close to the page edge below. Otherwise, all our features that we want to draw will not fit. So we have to estimate to more or less in the middle of our page. Now we're going to take our grey pencil and we are very lightly going to trace around our oval shape. We're going to remove it and leave it to one side. The next step is drawing our neck and shoulders. Now we are going to use our black oil pastel. And we are going to draw a neck and shoulders and neck and shoulder line. We can also draw a shirt line for our portrait. Let's start with our facial features. Now the face is divided into certain proportions. This means that our eyes are actually in the middle of our head. So we are going to look at our oval shape and more or less determine the middle of our head. Thereafter, we're going to take our black oil pastel and make 2 tiny dots at either side. This is the placement of our pupil. Our nose is situated in the middle between our eyes and our chin. Once again, you are going to look at your oval and you are going to determine the middle part between the eye placements and the chin. So more or less here. Again, you are only going to make one small marking. The next placement is the middle of our mouth. In between our nose point and the chin, midway between our nose point and our chin is the middle of our mouth. So it is midway between our nose and our chin is our mouth, more or less. This is the placement for all our facial features. Now we're going to continue drawing our eyes. We are first going to make a pupil for both sides. And then we are going to draw our eye shape around the pupil. Be creative. Draw your own eyes. There's no right or wrong. The next step is we're going to fill in our eye color. I'm going to fill it in blue. I'm slightly going over my pupil to add in a bit more color. Once we are done with our eyes, we are going to draw our nose. The nose marking is the place we're going to start with the bottom of our nose, and we're going to draw it up. After our nose, we can draw our eyebrows and eyelashes. Next step is our mouth. I've drawn a big smile. Next, we are going to draw our ears. The ear placement is more or less at the side of the head, in line with the eye pupil. So we are going to look on our oval, more or less where's our eye pupil, and then draw our ears. We are also going to now trace with our black crayon, with our black oil pastel, on our pencil line from where the first ear starts, all around, and stop where our other ear started. When drawing our hair, we must take note that our hair does not only start at the top of our head, but it actually fills some of our forehead. So there's the top of my head. I'm going to start a little bit on my forehead. One side, other side. Okay, and I'm going to draw a little bit above my grey line. Next, we want to erase this drawn grey line. We're going to turn our page around, use our eraser, and very carefully erase this line. Now the drawing part of our art is complete. The next step is painting. To mix our skin tone, we are going to need white, red, green, and yellow. Start by squirting some white onto the palette. Add a tiny bit of red, add a tiny bit of yellow, and mix. Mix the colors together until you achieve a peach color. Next, I'm going to add a tiny drop of green. Do not add too much green. We are now carefully going to paint around our hairline, around our eyes, and around our mouth. You can paint over your nose. Do not forget your ears. Okay, paint the neck. Clean your brush. I'm going to add in a few hairlines. Next, we are going to paint our hair. I've decided on a blonde shade. I'm going to add a tiny bit of white for some highlights. What color should we paint his shirt? How about orange? Let's give him a red smile. Clean your brush. Let's select blue for our background. Very carefully start to paint around your portrait. Leave the portrait to dry. When your portrait is dry, use a black oil pastel to reline all your black lines. Use your white oil pastel to add a little shine to the eye. Did you have fun painting your own portrait? I sure had fun painting this portrait. Today we learned that we are all special and unique and that there's no right or wrong way to make art.